Start, Heart. Volume 1. A Martial Warrior's Path. Iola's Academy Art.
My lord, your brother requests your audience at your family's residence.
Nigel reported, as he read the message from his wrist phone. Nigel was Henry's assigned bodyguard. A retired fistmaster warrior in his 40s, who was still bench pressing heavy weights at the gym to keep his body fit for duty. His clean-cut black hair was showing signs of grey, and the nicks on his chin and wrinkles on his face showed his age, as well as his field experience. If anyone asked the reason for Nigel's retirement, the answer would obviously be an injury. Once a warrior was injured to the point it could impair their judgment on the field, they were instantly retired and given out-of-field career options. Nigel had his damaged left eye replaced with a biometric mechanical version. He used it to scope environments and scan personnel data for Henry's family. In truth, Henry knew Nigel didn't need to look at his wrist phone to read the message, but the man was old-fashioned. Looking at his phone made him human. It was a sentiment Henry respected. Of course he does. Henry growled. He carefully navigated his way out of the metal district, passing rusted metal blocks overcrowded with holographic city wall screens, smoldering steel works, and quarries with enormous fuming chimneys. A lot of this district mimicked the non-eco-friendly era of the old world. Since it was easier to repurpose and harvest natural resources without solar energy interference. Solar energy was an abundant energy resource from the sun and earth's spirit that his family harvested and managed for the country. Advanced technology could run with minimum energy drain, supplemented with the user's own spirit power supply. So, high-tech devices such as plasma guns, psi weapons made of lithium and alloy, field armor, and oxygen bodysuits, could run and be manufactured by demand. The Eaton family ensured soldiers' energy resources were available to them when they needed them. Henry adjusted the car's gear shift into flight mode. The sports car's tires turned inwards to switch to the hovercraft jets, which were propelled by inverted solar energy. The car flew along glowing blue lines that were the sky roads, circling around mirror skyscrapers, where every odd window was a holographic digital billboard advertising products. The sky roads eventually led to a city horizon. He skillfully reverted to ground tires when he landed on a hard road of the Cloud District. This district was a suburb of residential estates and boutique businesses to cater to the wealthy and powerful. It was dissected into a class system, like all other districts. Realtor cities were divided into the following districts. The lowest rung city and closest to Earth was Metal District. Situated above this district, at a mountain height level, was the neutral zone, the metropolitan where the CBD and academic institutions resided, and residential areas for the working class. Above these was the Cloud District, where only the wealthy lived. No area was made equal. Districts had social classes separated into zones. A zone was the administration zone and held the residents of the most influential families. Trillionaires owned estates over thousands of acres in this zone. N zone was the neutral area where everyone could come and go. Most of the small-time merchants and working families lived in this area. S zone was the slums. Poor folk. Scum. You name it. The worst of the worst could be found there. Of course, under the table and shady business dealings were also conducted there. Since the S-zone rules were the survival of the fittest, no one would intervene. The Fistmaster martial sect benefited from this area. It was a given that Cloud District only had an A-zone and N-zone. Henry sighed as he drove along the brightly lit, picture-perfect roads of his family estate in the A-zone district. His estate favored cherry blossoms that bloomed all year round. The road was paved with white granite to make it sparkle like stars beneath the filtered sunlight. All the houses were white mansions with picket fences and manicured lawns and gardens to match. The car slowed and turned into a long driveway of a vineyard, easing onto the gravel road as the sentry gates drew open. It eventually was parked on the side of a wide circular veranda and stone steps leading up to the giant metal double doors, which bore the Eaton crest of a flaming sun.